Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Judge, I just got an email from Dave that he needed the link.
Ugh,
You want me to send,
okay.
you want to send it to him or you want me to send it to him?
I'll send it to him.
Okay.
Done. Amanda, while we're waiting, you want to go ahead and swear the interpreter?
Yes, what is the language?
Kinyarwanda.
Kinyarwanda, yes.
Kinyarwanda. Okay, could you raise your right hand, please? You solemnly swear that you'll faithfully translate the faithfully translate the proceedings spoken in English to Kinyarwanda and Kinyarwanda to English, so help you God?
So I will faithfully translate the proceedings said in English to Kinyarwanda.
And Kinyarwanda to English.
And Kinyarwanda to English.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Dave is here, waiting to get in. All right. Are we ready to go, Mr. Matthews?
We are, Your Honor.
All right. Everybody, I've already had the interpreter sworn. So just everybody remember that while we do this on Zoom, it has to be consecutive. So say a little piece and then stop and let the interpreter go. And that way we'll get this through this as fast as we can. All right, let's be on the record in case number 2019 CR 1201, captioned State of Kansas versus Gene Ndayegamiye. Would the parties announce their appearances, please?
May it please,
Avuze yuko urubanza rugiye gutangira uyu munsi aho leta ya Kansas irega Jean Ndayegamiye. So urubanza rugiye gutangira, no kuvuga abahari bose bagiye kuvuga yuko bahari.
Okay.
may it please the court, Christopher Schneider, Assistant District Attorney, appears on behalf of the state of Kansas.
Hari Chris Schneider uhagarariye leta ya Kansas.
Hey, please the court, defendant appears through counsel David Matthews and through video.
Hakaba hari David Matthews akaba ari umwunganizi wawe.
We are here today set down for a sentencing. This plea occurred on February 26th of this year. And the court accepted the plea, ordered a pre-sentence investigation, and set it for sentencing today.
Avuze yuko uyu munsi no kugira hafatwe umwanzuro w'urubanza, no kuvuga ufatanyije n'umwunganizi wawe, wemeye icyaha usaba yuko baguha imirimo nsimburagifungo. Uyu munsi ni umunsi wo gufata umwanzuro kuri ibyo ngibyo.
I've received that pre-sentence investigation. The critical findings are as follows. The sole count of conviction is violation of the Offender Registration Act. That is a severity level 5 person felony.
Avuze yuko bakoze nyuma y'ubusabe bwawe, bakoze investigation yabo, babona yuko mu icyaha uregwa ari icyaha kiri ku rwego rwa 5 cyuko utiyandikishije kuri biriya byaha bijyanye no gushaka gufata ku ngufu.
The defendant's criminal history score was found to be that of C, as in Charlie. That would leave him with a presumption of prison with a presumed range of 53, 57, or 60 months.
avuze yuko muri raporo bakoze barebye ku rutonde rw'ibyaha bikuriho mu gihe cyashize uri ku rwego rwa C, uri ku rwego rwa C, ni ukuvuga kandi urwo rwego ruhanishwa igihano, ubusanzwe ruhanishwa igihano kiri hagati y'amezi 53 n'amezi 60.
If he has to do that time, he'll be eligible for up to 15% credit, good time credit, and subject to 24 months of post-release supervision.
Avuze yuko uramutse ufunzwe icyo gihe, ni ukuvuga yuko bashobora kuba bakwemerera ukamara amezi 28 hanze ariko bakugenzura.
If he's granted probation today, it would be for a period of 36 months to community corrections.
Avuze yuko baramutse baguhaye probation uyu munsi, imirimo nsimburagifungo ni probation y'amezi 36 ukora imirimo nsimburagifungo.
Special rule number 46 applies, that being this is the Offender Registration Act violation.
Nuko urumva icyaha gikomeye nuko kikuriho, nuko utubahirije amategeko leta isaba yuko umuntu ufite ibyo byaha byo gushaka gufata ku ngufu agomba kwiyandikisha nk'uko leta ibisaba.
Mr. Schneider, I would ask you first, have you had a chance to review this document, and do you have any additions or challenges?
Abajije Schneider uhagarariye leta ya Kansas niba yarasomye iyo raporo, niba hari icyo yayivugaho cyangwa hari ibyo ashaka kugira icyo abivugaho.
Your Honor, I have had the opportunity to review the document and it appears to be accurate.
Avuze yuko iyo raporo yayisomye, iyo raporo bagukozeho yayisomye kandi ko nawe yemeranya n'ibirimo.
Mr. Matthews, I would ask you the same question.
Abajije Matthew nawe niba yemeranya nawe kuri iyo raporo.
Your Honor, I have reviewed it myself, also with my client in the Wyandotte County Jail, and we have no additional.
Avuze yuko nawe yemeranya n'ibiri muri raporo kandi ko yafashe umwanya wo kubiganiraho nawe mwafashe umwanya wo kuyiganiraho.
All right, I have received a text from the court services officer. I see that the PSI says that the defendant is a U.S. citizen. However, I know when we looked at getting him out that he has an immigration hold.
Avuze yuko yabonye aba officers baraho ngaho mu rukiko bamwoherereje text ivuga yuko ufite ubwene gihugu bwa Amerika, ariko hari nuko mbese hari dossier y'ibijyanye no kuba hano ufite.
Mr. Matthews, I am correct. Your client is not, in fact, a U.S. citizen. Is that correct?
Judge, do you want that interpreted?
Ari kubaza umucamanza ari kubaza niba uri umuturage umwene gihugu wa Amerika.
Judge, from my conversations with him, I do not believe he's a U.S. citizen.
avuze yuko mu biganiro mwagiranye ntabwo yemeza yuko ntabwo uri umwenegihugu wa Amerika, ntabwo ufite ubwenegihugu bw'inaha.
Thank you for that. Mr. Matthews, you filed a motion for a dispositional departure. Would you like to be heard on that this morning?
Yes, Your Honor.
Avuze yuko abajije ni ukunganira ko yagusabiye kuba warekurwa, none aramubwiye niba ashobora kugira ikindi yongera yabivugaho.
You may proceed.
Thank you. Your Honor, go ahead.
Agiye kubivuga.
Your Honor, I would ask the court to grant probation in this case. There are a number of reasons. One of them is the defendant pled guilty to state significant resources in prosecuting the case.
Dave,
We lost you in the middle of that, Mr. Matthews.
I'm sorry, Judge, I can repeat that.
Please.
Agiye gusubiramo kubera ko yaragize akabazo ka internet ari kuvuga, agiye kongera gusubiramo.
I would ask the court to grant probation in this case. The defendant had pled guilty, which saves the state expense and time of having to go to a jury trial. And as the court knows, that's very difficult now with coronavirus and the number of cases that have not been tried yet.
Yeah, avuze yuko ari kugusabira imirimo nsimburagifungo bakakurekura ukagira probation kubera ko uwemeye icyaha, kandi kukurekura bikaba bifite n'inyungu kuri leta kubera ko ibyo bagutangaho uri muri gereza, kandi no muri iki gihe hari coronavirus, urumva ni byiza kuba bakurekura bigufiteho inyungu kandi bikagira no kuri leta inyungu.
In
Mr.
addition
Schneider,
to entering a guilty plea, oh, I'm sorry.
go ahead.
Agiye gukomeza.
I would just add to that very quickly that he admitted to the PSI writer that he pled guilty, that this is part of a plea, and that the crime that makes him a person felony C is 13 years old.
I did not get the last part, sorry.
Okay, the last part was that the person felony that makes him a criminal history C is 13 years old.
Yeah, avuze yuko ikindi wemeye icyaha, kandi icyo cyaha ushinjwa cyo kuba warashatse gufata ku ngufu n'icyaha kimaze igihe kirekire, hashize imyaka 13.
Mr. Schneider, I would hear your comments as to that motion and anything regarding sentencing.
Abajije Schneider niba nawe ashobora kugira icyo yakongeraho.
Your Honor, pursuant to the plea agreement, I would ask the court, I would not oppose the court granting the motion for dispositional departure.
Nawe avuze yuko ntacyo abinengaho, yemeranya nawe yuko bashobora kukurekura ugakora imirimo nsimburagifungo.
As the court determined just a few moments ago, the defendant is not a U.S. citizen, and I think the court alluded to the fact that there is an immigration hold on the defendant.
Avuze yuko kandi ubu ngubu kubera ibyo byaha uregwa, nukuvuga hari dosiye zawe zo kuba inaha muri Amerika babaye bazihagaritse.
As to the sentence, Your Honor, I would ask the court to follow the plea agreement.
So avuze yuko nawe asaba urukiko yuko ubusabe bwawe bw'imirimo nsimburagifungo babwemera.
That is all.
Ni ibyo ngibyo yashakaga kuvuga.
Mr. Ndayegamiye, now is your opportunity to tell me anything you want me to know in mitigation of your sentence today.
None nawe rero ni umwanya wawe wo kugira icyo uvuga ushobora kuba wabwira umucamanza mbere y'uko hagira umwanzuro ufatwa. Jean, ni umwanya wawe kugira niba hari icyo ufite cyo kubwira umucamanza.
Yewe ndumva nta kibazo mfite jewe icyo namusaba imbabazi gusa nuko yandekura. Nuko yampa ibyo bihano mfungura gufungwa.
So he said he doesn't have much to add. So he said he has communicated everything with his attorney. So he wanted to say like he will be grateful if he can be given probation.
Okay, thank you.
Aravuze murakoze.
All right. I am going to follow the plea agreement in this case, and I'm going to grant the downward dispositional departure.
Yavuze yuko ubusabe bwawe arabwemeye.
I will adopt as substantial and compelling reasons those set out in the defendant's motion and defense counsel's comments today.
Avuze yuko uwo mwanzuro wo kwemera ubusabe bwawe awufashe agendeye ku byo ukunganira yavuze na n'uhagarariye leta bavuze, nibyo agendeho kugira nawe agere kuri uwo mwanzuro.
Therefore, the defendant will be sentenced to the Department of Corrections for a period of 60 months.
So avuze yuko nukuvuga ko urawuzagumya ukurikiranwe na departoma y'abagororwa mu gihe cy'amezi 60.
If he has to do that time, he would be eligible for 15% good time credit and subject to 24 months of post-release supervision.
So nuko uramutse utubahirije amabwiriza y'imirimo nsimburagifungo ugafungwa ayo mezi bakugabanyiriza bitewe n'igihe wamaze aho ngaho.
His application for probation is considered and it is granted to community corrections for a period of 36 months.
Nukuvuga yuko akwemereye imirimo nsimburagifungo uzakora mu gihe cy'amezi 36.
All right. Given that he has a immigration hold, I am going to waive court costs, attorney fees, and supervision fee in this case because I don't believe that the defendant will remain in the country.
So avuze yuko kubera hari dosiye zawe za immigration babaye bazihagaritse kubera ibyo uregwa, nuko ntabwo ari buguce amafaranga agendeye y'urukiko n'ibyakugendeyeho byose mu kuburana, nuko mbese umwanzuro wa nyuma yuko waguma muri Amerika uzafatwa n'ikigo gishinzwe abazi n'aha muri Amerika, ntabwo ari we uwufata.
So I have a number of things I must advise the defendant of. He has 14 days from today to appeal anything he does not like about his sentence.
So avuze yuko ibintu ashaka kukubwira nuko icya mbere ufite iminsi 14 ushaka kugira icyo uhindura kuri ibyo ku mirimo nsimburagifungo baguhaye, n'icyo gihe utayikoze wazafungwa. Hari ibyo udakunze, ufite iminsi 14 kugira ngo ube wajurira.
As a convicted felon, it is prohibited for him to own or possess a firearm and certain kind of deadly cutting instruments like dirks, daggers, switchblades, basically knives that could be considered deadly weapons.
So avuze yuko kubera ibyo byaha uregwa ya felon, inaha bita felon, ni ukuvuga ntabwo wemerewe gutunga imbunda cyangwa ikindi gikoresho nk'icyuma, ibyuma binini cyane gishobora kuba cyakomeretsa undi muntu, ntabwo ibyo bintu byemerewe.
Although this is not a registrable offense, he is still under the registration requirement from his old offense.
Kandi nuko amategeko agusaba yuko wiyandikisha, icyo cyaha cyo kutiyandikishwa ugomba kugumya ukabikora.
If he is released from custody within the United States, he would have 3 days from that day to register in the county in which he is residing.
Baramutse nibakurekura hano muri Amerika, nuko ufite iminsi 3 kugira ngo ube wiyandikishije muri county uraba urimo, ufite iminsi 3 kugira ube wabikoze.
Sir, do you understand all of these things I have just told you?
Ari kukubaza ibi bintu agusabye, uri kubyumva?
ndimwe ndabyumva.
So he said he understood it.
Thank you. Mr. Schneider, is there anything that I have failed to cover today?
Abajije Schneider niba hari icyo yaba yibagiwe.
Not that I'm aware of, Your Honor.
Mr. Matthews?
No, Your Honor.
Ya bose bavuze yuko nta kintu yibagiwe.
In that case, we will be adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Good luck to you, sir.
Avuze yuko urukiko rusoreshwa hangaha, akaba kwifurije amahirwe masa.
None ntibandekura.
So is he asking, so is he gonna be released today?
I am releasing him on this case. The immigration authorities will decide whether or not to keep him in custody or release him on their case.
Okay. Avuze yuko yakuriwe kuri uru rubanza arakurekuye, ariko umwanzuro wa nyuma uri bufatwe n'abashinzwe abimukira hano immigration, ni ukuvuga nibo bagomba gufata umwanzuro wa nyuma bakakumenyesha.
Nuna munsi cyangwa n'iryari?
So is he asking, so is like a timeline where he's gonna know the decision from immigration?
I do not know the answer to that. They are a separate authority from this court.
Avuze yuko ntabwo abizi kubera ko n'urwego rutandukanye n'uru rukiko, nuko ntabwo yaguha igihe kizwi bazafatira uwo mwanzuro, nawe ntabwo abizi.
Mr. Schneider, Mr. Matthews, I would ask you, since I did not do the plea hearing, was the defendant advised of the deportation consequences of entering into this plea?
He was, Your Honor.
He was. I went over them in the plea petition also.
Yeah, avuze yuko yararimo ababaza niba uzi barakumenyesheje ingaruka ibyaha byawe bishobora kukugiraho kubijyanye no kuba inaha muri Amerika. Bose bavuze yuko ibyo ngibyo wabimenyeshejwe.
Very well. Thank you. Good luck to you, sir. We're adjourned.
Avuze yuko akwifurije amahirwe masa, turashoje.
Okay.